even though the cold laser technology is not the answer for all the health issue, but it can definitely helps a lot of things. That is why don't be surprised all these things. I'm not surprised because if you go online and search, all the research has been done already, has been done and proven already. Okay, even if you talk about this product itself let's put it this way I've seen the application for the ISO and EC cert from Europe. You know the submission for this product inclusive of all those human trials on a lot of health issue like what, high blood pressure, heart problem. All these are human trials has been done on that. That is why we can get our EC cert and as well as ISO 13485 from Germany. Okay, that is why it is considered as Euro standard medical device class 3B or 3R. The US either one of them. Okay, that is why it's not Alibaba 50 USD things. A lot of research has been done. Don't be surprised if you see all this effect. Okay, the more you use it, the more you can see it. Now, what are the 80 types of health issue? I already take out from this book and put it inside. Okay, take a look. It range from serious to non-serious also have. Okay. Now even things like allergy, pimple, it helps as well. Arthritis, I already talked about it. Asthma. For those people who are having asthma, okay, usually if you let them use IM laser, after 1 to 2 treatment, definitely they will tell you the same thing. After the treatment, immediately 2 to 3 times, depends on individual. They will tell you they'll realize that their breathing becomes smoother. And if you consistently use it throughout a certain period of time, you will realize that the asthma trigger frequency reduced significantly, or some even become zero after you use it. Yeah, and also blood pressure, it helps as well. Blood pressure, there could be 2 conditions. Now, if a person is taking a strong medication for blood pressure, sufficient medication for blood pressure. Now, if you use it, IM laser, as I mentioned just now, 3 to 7 days, you might drop too low. So you have to reduce your medication. On the other hand, there are those people who are having high blood pressure but are not taking medication or not taking sufficient medication. What will happen is that if you use this IM laser, your blood pressure will shoot up very high first. That is the healing crisis. That is the healing crisis. Even your sugar level is the same thing. It will shoot out very fast, very high first at the initial stage. If you're consistent using it, it will start to turn and fall. Okay, there is the healing crisis curve for it. Okay, how to reduce all this unnecessary, healing crisis impact? How to reduce it? Now, let's say I'm using IM laser, my temperature keeps shoot up very high. Number 1, there are 2 ways of reducing it. Number 1, make sure that person drinks sufficient water. Okay, if not sufficient water, definitely will stop. Number 2, if it's still high, you can reduce the intensity from 3 bars to 2 bars, 20 minutes. Maybe let them use 1 time first to let the body get used to it first. Then slowly, gradually, you increase to 3 bars per minute. That is how you reduce all the unnecessary healing crisis impact. Yeah? Okay? And cardio condition, it helps as well. Cerebral palsy, and even for those people who are having depression, sleep deficit, okay, or even under a lot of stress, very easy to see one. You can see the impact very fast. For this type of people, for the first time, if they start to use IM laser, after 30 minutes of treatment, usually immediately you will feel very sleepy. You will feel sleepy throughout the whole day. And on that particular night, if you go to sleep, I can tell you your sleep will be wonderful. Your sleep is very sleep very peacefully. You won't have all those dreams like I chase you chase me, I kill you kill me. All those dreams you don't have. And until the next morning, if you wake up, if you're still using this IM laser, you will still feel very tired. Now, this is actually the sign of your body telling you your body actually cannot tahan anymore. So this healing process will go through, you might go through about 5 to 6 days, depending on the individual. Now, during this particular period, if you continue using this product, make sure you drink sufficient water, make sure every night try to go to bed early, not 1 or 2 p.m. a.m., 1 or 2 a.m., and try to sleep at least 7 hours per day. After you have gone through that particular period, if you're still using this product, you will realize that your energy level is completely a new level. Yeah? So this is a normal healing crisis period. Okay? What else? Diabetes. Diabetes, 2 types of diabetes patient. Type 1, type 2. Okay, type 1 is because of pancreas cannot produce insulin. Type 2 is due to certain reasons, your insulin cannot function well. Now, if you talk about type 2 patient for diabetes, if the particular patient is under medication some more, okay, usually 3 to 7 days you will see the down, you can see it drop. Okay, reduce medication. If you consistently use it for a certain period of time, it will drop again. Drop until there is a huge chance the doctor might advise you to take off your medication. Okay, that is exactly what happened to my mother. Okay, but for type 1, it is completely different case. Type 1 is because your pancreas cannot produce insulin. So whether after using it, your pancreas can produce insulin again, it depends on individual condition. Okay, usually the chances is lower lah. But of course, if you use this IM laser consistently every day, 2 things definitely can help. Number 1, it can help to reduce your medication intake. Number 2, it helps to reduce the side effect of your medication. Yeah, these 2 things for type 1 diabetes patient. Okay, what about hemorrhoids? If you have hemorrhoids, jichong, how to use? How to use if you have jichong? You know jichong, hemorrhoids? A lot of people say take this and correct. Seriously, a lot of people told me they are thinking use this and plug it into your
backside.
Yes. The purpose, and purposely mention this, I'm trying to tell you that it's not just for a laugh, but I'm trying to tell you the whole concept. Okay, as I mentioned just now, for any health issue, hemorrhoids or whatever it is, kidney or what it is, the most important treatment is actually you wear it on your wrist and nose.
Let the body do the healing.
Yes, let your own body doing the healing process. And for target treatment, only 2 types of application. Number 1, either it is for fast relief of pain or inflammation. Number 2, if you know your acupuncture point, then you can use target treatment. Okay, for any health issue, it's always on your wrist and on your nose. Okay, that is why we try to make it as simple as possible for people. You don't have to worry where to put here, put here. Okay, don't make it so complicated. Make it as simple as possible. Yeah.
Any chance for eye to improve?
Depends on what is your problem lah. Certain depends on what is the problem. There is one of the type of the 80 types we just mentioned about eye problem, just like that, very general. Now, if you talk about, let's say, due to old age, you cannot see very clearly. Maybe after using it, you can see more clearly. But for my own case, I just share my own case. Okay, you know what is sangong? Sangong. Yeah. My sangong is very high last time. Okay, I've been wearing the old spectacle for almost 5 years already. I've been using this laser for quite a long time also. Okay, and before I changed into this new spectacle, I actually went to the shop for checking. Okay, they have my records, the same shop. Initially, after checking everything, the ladies working there for a long time checked for me. Then she was very surprised. She asked me to check again 2 times. I actually checked my eyes 2 times. Then I asked her what happened. She actually told me my 散光 last time is 150, 150. Now after using the laser, 1 drop to 0. 散光 becomes 0. 1 drop to 125.
Oh.
She have never seen such case before in her life. So I just told her I use iron laser that's why I was quite surprised. So because from what my understanding is that 散光 forever you cannot be healed one. So what happened is that I checked with a few leaders, I mean customer as well. There are cases like that also. No living. So it helps in your eyesight. Improvement in your eyesight as well. We have a lot of testimony people, those who play golf, the same place, last time they cannot see the ball dropping. After wearing this for a certain period of time, they play at the same place, they can see the ball very clearly. So there are certain improvement in the eyesight. But of course, if you talk about things like those, what you call that, 青光眼, glaucoma, or things like that, it depends on individual. If it is just an initial stage, maybe it can help. If it becomes too serious, then you have to do something else.
Delay.
Yeah, it can delay, or sometimes it speed up. Because why things like those not what you call that? What do you call that? Sometimes you have a blur, it's like cataract. Yes, cataract. Based on my experience that I've seen, if someone is having cataract, you use this iron laser, cataract form inside. You use this iron laser, it will force the thing to become more serious. Your body system will, because your body system cannot discharge this cataract. So it will force it out, become more serious, so that you go for surgery to remove this.
become 有
冇，已經有咗嘅，唔係，你已經有係入邊咗嘅，that means 已經 form 咗入邊嘅。
How about those like on just started? Does it make it worse?
Just started, it will help to control it. But if it's inside already, just depends on your time, it will come out one. So what happens is that it will actually force it out quickly. This exactly happens to my mom as well. My mom got a little bit already, but after using it, it force it to go for doing the proper treatment. But I can tell you, my mom after doing the proper treatment, recovery is very, very fast. Recovery is very, very fast.
After that, she's still wearing?
She's still wearing, continue wearing it. She has not been taken away. Last time initially she doesn't behave one when I buy for her. But because after wearing for 3 days, her sugar level drops. That's why she start to be curious, keep using it every day, and after certain period of time, drop again, reduce medication, drop again, reduce medication, until don't know how to reduce anymore. Yeah, my mom is previously working in hospital. Sure, she is the one that taught me to reduce the medication, but don't stop the medication. Okay. So these are part of the 80 types of health issues. This is another part of the 80 types of health issues.
Andrew, what about the inner ear things?
Inner ear depends on what you are talking about.
Hearing loss, like for people.
Hearing loss depends on what is the condition. If the organs is damaged, that one is quite difficult. But
for old people, it start to deteriorate.
Deteriorating. It will still depends on like what I say if you are old age, even you use iron laser, recovery is very slower. Maybe it will still be certain improvement, but it might not be complete 100%.
That means you put into the ear.
Yeah.
Usually normal wearing. because all your nerves are actually linked together in your face, for your ears and for your eyes and everything. It's all linked together. But of course, you want to do additional target treatment because there's an acupuncture point here. You can take the nostril line, switch it on to intensity of 4. You plug it also can. But the most important one is still this one. That is enhancing the target treatment. Yeah.
How about stroke patient?
Stroke patient, stroke is one of the things it helps. But as I mentioned, based on my experience that I've seen, it depends on individual condition. Now, if you talk about those people who are just having stroke recently, immediately you let them use quickly, I can tell you, don't be surprised, the recovery will be very fast. So fast that sometimes you even shocked to see that. Okay? But for those people who are having more serious bedridden for certain period of time, and their age is very high already, okay, it's all depends on condition. If you let them use, definitely there will be improvement. But it might not be 100%, number one. Number two, it might be slower, depends on their age. Yeah. But definitely, a lot of cases I've seen, even my wife's uncle, 2018, 10 days before the Chinese New Year, he got a stroke. Stroke is quite serious, half paralyzed. Half paralyzed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, edema is a swelling of the leg, is it?
No, I didn't finish the stroke one, very interesting.
Okay. So, half paralyzed, came out in the wheelchair, couldn't stand up, couldn't walk. The doctor told us that it would take about faster plus all the physiotherapy, fastest 6 months at least. And what happened is that my father-in-law actually quickly took his IM laser, let him use, asked the family to wear for him and everything. I think he wear more than three times per day, let's put it this way. But I don't encourage you to do that. 3 times per day. And do you know what? Just after 1 week, half paralyzed, 1 week, slightly 1 week, I think just 8 days like that. You know what happened? This half paralyzed uncle suddenly drive his Toyota Hilux by himself. Arrived at my father-in-law house. My father-in-law and I was shocked to see him. He couldn't walk like normal, but of course he still can walk slowly. You can see he's abnormal, you know. So this is not the first case. Even in KK, there is one case in Tawau. This particular gentleman is an engineer, 60 years old already. Okay, when he came to my talk, I also share with him the same thing. He doesn't believe, I mean, just a sharing. If he doesn't believe, I couldn't do anything. But unfortunately, he had a stroke. His stroke is not very serious, let's put it this way. The only thing happened is that his mouth sengek only. The sengek affect the eyesight as well. Again, the doctor told him it will take about 6 months physiotherapy some more. So out of no choice, he go and buy this IM laser from his relative. Okay, and after using again just slightly over 1 week, you know what happened? This jumped back to normal. Eyesight recover. And the first thing he did is that he didn't come and thank me for introducing the product. The first thing he did is he went and see the doctor, whistle in front of the doctor. Why last time sengek cannot whistle Now recover already can whistle So the doctor also so surprised, The doctor is also so surprised. How come you recover so fast? Yeah, he ended up buying. That is why don't be surprised if you even go to YouTube. There are doctors who talk about our IM laser. There are doctors who talk about our IM laser. You go